Hey guys, it's Michael here, and I just want to give you a quick intro to our guest before we start today's podcast. So our first guest on After Coach is going to be Mohammed Basim Al-Dabbagh. Many of you may know him as Moha, and we chose him because we find him to be a very interesting character, and unfortunately, he's leaving the school very soon. When you are listening to this, he may have probably already left, and I think there's a lot of stories that people might be interested in, as many people don't know him that well, and he has a lot of stuff to share. So I hope you enjoy, and let's get into it.
Welcome to the After Codes podcast.
Subscribe now!
Okay guys, welcome to After Codes. Today next to me I have Moha, across from Moha it's Michael, and next to Michael it's Theo. Welcome guys, it's our first podcast session. I'm Carlo. I'm from Germany. I lived in Singapore for 4 years. I went to also do Work College in Singapore, and now I'm here at UWC Atlantic. And yeah, I'm excited to have this podcast. I'll pass on to Theo, give a brief intro about myself.
Hi guys. This is the first episode of After Codes. I'm Theo. I'm from Argentina. I've lived there my whole life. This is exciting.
Hey guys, I'm Michael, and I'm from Slovakia. Also lived there my whole life, and yeah, I'll pass it on to Moha.
I'm Moha. I'm from Iraq, and I've lived there for most of my life, and also Jordan.
So Moha is our first guest speaker. This for our first podcast session. So maybe Moha, why don't you kick it off? Give us some story, backline of yourself, and why you choose to come to UWC, and what is your life really about, Moha?
Okay, so basically I had a really interesting life, to be honest. I undergo a lot of experiences that I didn't expect, and it actually built me and shaped me as a really strong individual, whether that enduring wars back in my country, leaving my home and living somewhere else. That's happened before AC. And a lot of personal experiences that I don't want to go to tonight. Who is Moha? I feel like I'm a really simple person. Like, I'm a really simple, straightforward person. I don't look for I'm not into hype or whatever. I just live my own life. Try my best to be me.
I think that's a good way to put it. Before we get into more depth, I want to ask you, Moha, do you think chocolate and orange go together?
Bro, that's the biggest bullshit you can ever you know what?
Nah, it's a valid question, dude. But so you actually don't enjoy it. What about mint and chocolate? What about mint and chocolate?
That's even worse. You know what really good goes well with chocolate?
What goes well with
It's
chocolate?
baklava. Bara gets me.
But you can eat any, baklava's just good on its own. It's a Turkish dessert, right?
It's not Turkish.
It's not Turkish?
Yeah, it is not. It's I don't want to get into that debate because Vera's looking at me, but it's actually not Turkish. it's not fully Turkish, okay? It's more of Middle Eastern.
Okay, so from the Middle Eastern world, okay.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Okay. Yeah, we can work with that.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta try next time.
So Moha, you've been at UWC Atlantic for a long time now. Well, same amount of time as we've been, and obviously it's coming to an end now. What has been one of the most memorable experiences, or one of the things where you say this is really AC, and also mainly to our listeners to maybe understand what AC is really about? Maybe you can give them a brief description. What is for you, and what was one of the memorable moments you had?
I still remember the night that our second years left. It was quite sad. When I first arrived here, I was like, who are these people? I'm a really isolated person. I'm not really that social, etc. I'm not gonna bond with all of these people. But at the end of the day, when these people left, I was heartbroken. Especially my roommate Jan, my friend Patrick, Winston, Caleb, Shadi, people in my house, some other people. These people are from all over the world. I didn't know nothing about them before I came here. I wouldn't even know that they exist, if I didn't come here. And they were part of my life for an entire year, and they're still part of my life. I still communicate with them. So I feel like this is what AC is about, uniting.
Meeting people from around the world and forming close connections with them.
Did your perception of people change once you came to AC? did you feel a certain way about people around the world before coming here, and then after you came here, do you think that like idea changed?
To be honest, I've met a lot of people in my life. I've met a lot of different people before I came here, from different ethnicities, different background, and I also lived in like a very, very diverse places. But so I already had like some sort of like expectation of like what does it feel like to be in a very diverse place. But the form of connections with people, especially because like we're in some sort of similar age, was like the main thing, the main drive behind my expectation. They were actually against my expectations, because I felt that because we in a similar age, like we won't bond well, because we might have some sort of differences in the way that we see, in the way that we think, in the way that we party, in the way that we define fun, for example. But that actually changed.
Yeah, so I mean, like AC obviously is a very vibrant place, and you have people from all over the world, which makes it different. Makes it special. 100 plus nationalities, and I mean, as you said, I think also going back to the question, I feel like it's also really, as you said, it was a really special moment, or very special in some way, and also very sad when the second years, our 12th graders left the school because they graduated. Of course, this is on their part a major achievement, and for us it was, I think, really something, because you formed such a close connection with those people on campus, and I think that is really like, that just combines with it, the UWC experience. Everyone is here kind of for the same reasons, and I feel that connects you abroad, like different perspectives. Yeah, and I mean, going forward, Moha, what do you do? What do you want to do in the future? I mean, UWC is all about change making. So, what do you change make? What do you want to change in the future? Do you have any plans ahead of you?
What am I changing in the future? That's actually a really good question. I'm already working on that regarding like making change, especially in my community, because as you know, like I'm from Iraq. Iraq's been through a lot. We are in this like transitional transitional phase. Because as you know, like we moved from strict dictatorship to like strong democracy. So it's just like trying to load like Battlefield V on like a 20 years old computer. Like people can't just accept democracy after like strict dictatorship. So I'm working hard, and I've already started like the first steps in order to plant the new ideas and the modern way of thinking, the global way of thinking within the member of the community, in order to facilitate this transition to the younger generations like me and the following generations.
What do you think that way of thinking is? Like when you say modern global way of thinking, that perhaps like contrasts with
yes, of course, yeah. That's actually a valid question. By modern and like, as you know, the world like 40 years ago was quite different. We were more isolated. We were more like into our close circles. By that, not mean like on individuals level. It was more of a like wider level, like nation level. Like for example, like people like Arab people, for example, only can accept like other Arab people, and if you're a foreigner, like they would just like they would have like expectations about you. They would like think that you do certain things that they disagree with, and like overall it's like just like the acceptance culture, because older people usually, like especially older Arab people, or like to make it more specific, because I'm talking about Iraq, older Iraqi people, or the older generations, like people who were born between 1940s and until even 1980s, like the beginning of 1980s, just find it hard to accept others because they were under like really strict dictatorship regime. So they didn't actually contact the modern world. Like we were developing as a community in a really slow pace compared to like other societies, like even other neighboring societies like Saudi Arabia, like Jordan, like Turkey. I'm so sorry for Iran, but they're even in deeper shit. But yeah, But overall, this is what I mean by the modern way of thinking. Like, it's not globalization, to be honest with you, because I disagree with the, like, I mean, if you define globalization as a concept, it's like an amazing thing, to be honest. But what we are calling globalization now is westernization. So this is why I'm calling it the modern way of thinking, or like the acceptance culture, or whatever you want to call it.
I have a question to go more specifically into the way you're driving change. Is that you said you're working on this, but more specifically, like, are you starting any projects,
Yes,
or
of course.
how are you doing this? I just
Yeah.
for the
Okay,
audience to
so
know.
I don't want to list actually, but for example, I've started like it's some sort of NGO. Like, we are already working on registering this NGO, me and my team. It's called MCM, Muslim Change Makers, which is basically focused more on giving some sort of workshops to teenagers after they finish high school in order to help them choose which major of university they should go to. Also, I have worked with Women's Voice for Peace to help facilitate providing girls' high schools with menstrual products. Also, we have it's under progress right now, but it's a collaboration with the committee that is responsible for organizing the speech every Friday in mosques in order to...
That's big.
Yeah, it is. It is actually quite big. It is actually one of the biggest projects that I'm working on right now. And also, I have worked with an organization called Volunteer With Us. We distributed more than 10,000 books, and we also helped restock the Central Library of Mosul, which is one of the biggest in the Middle East.
So,
and a lot more. Like, I can just...
it's never done. You always have to go here. The grind never stops. More specifically, I mean, they talk about all these great projects, and there are really great projects, and they're important, I believe. And do you think AC has helped you in some way with those projects to maybe, develop them better or have more experience in them? I'm looking back now, do you think AC helped?
To be honest, I've done all of these projects before I came.
Do you think with a new project it would help?
I can't. It will definitely help, but I feel like AC helped me on the personal level, like on a personal level, more than that it helped me on
business level kind of stuff. Yeah. I mean, personal. I mean,
these are not business. Like, if you want to, because I already have, and I also have my own business. Like, if you want me to, but
Moha, wasn't there a story once I heard that you were mining? Is that a real thing?
Oh, let me leave it. Okay, you want to hear a funny story?
Yes. Okay. It's all about stories.
This is how it began. It was 2021. So no, it was like April 2021. There was a new cryptocurrency called Shia. Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah, I've heard
of Shia used hard drives instead of GPUs.
How do you use a hard drive to mine? How do you use a hard drive to calculate?
Okay, so there is something...
for some listeners...
No. Okay, I can explain it later because it's quite complicated. Okay. But basically, like, it's some sort of like storing and the processing, like storing the data instead of like processing the data. So, instead of like calculating like the blockchain itself, like for the encryption. Anyways, so before that, I had 35 AMD RX 580 8GB rig for mining. I used to mine Ethereum 1 at that time. It was very profitable.
How much net profit?
I don't want to talk about that. Yeah.
But it was profit, wasn't it?
It was low-key. You know why? Because electricity in Iraq is free.
Sorry, what? Go again?
How? What?
Electricity is free.
Electricity.
Because we have so much oil.
So we get no running costs, basically. You could mine.
That's the point.
You could mine crazy.
Yeah.
What about the temperature though? Because like it's very hot.
Bro, like you have to work hard on that shit. Like, you have to put air conditioners. The rigs are designed like in levels, like this in levels, and then also you use like first of all, you need to maintain the thermal paste. Like for me, I ordered it was like the liquid metal cooling paste. It was new at that time. Yeah. It was from Thermaltake. Yeah, Thermaltake. It was... Anyways, so let's go back to Shia. Let's go back to Shia. Yeah. So after I made like a profit, I was like, I think this is the future, you know?
This
and
might
because like,
be it.
it was like a sustainable cryptocurrency, blah, 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 blah. I went to the market. I ordered 1 petabyte of fucking hard drives. I literally caused a short. I'm not even joking. I caused a short.
How many terabytes is a 1 petabyte?
It's 1,000.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
In 12. You know what I got? I was so smart because do you know what I did? I was actually I was low-key smart. Because instead of getting the Transcend one, like the portable, like the laptop ones, or like SSDs, because like actually Simon doesn't make any sense to use SSD, like only for like a certain thing, which is like for the cache. You need like NVMe. But I used camera like CCTV hard drives, and it worked. It worked with the same It just depended on the capacity because it only depends on the capacity. But it took me 5 months to plot. To plot is to just like it's just like to prepare the hard drive for the
Like formatting and everything.
No,
and
not
stuff.
formatting. It's like plotting. It's like when you install the software in order to be able to make profit.
Okay, so to work with the blockchain, basically.
Exactly, you need to
okay.
plot it. Like you need to like fill it with like some sort of data. And by the time that the five posts were done and I uploaded all of my hard disks, I discovered that Shia lost 99.9% of its value.
Oh, that's quite unfortunate.
Bro, I still remember my fucking reaction. Like I just opened it, and at that time people used to mine in pools.
Yeah.
I entered with 1 fucking petabyte, bro. I can mine on my own. I was my own pool, right? And then I got like 2 or 3 Shias like in 1 month, and
how much did it used to cost?
But how much?
How much was a Shia worth?
Yeah, how much was it?
The Shia worth?
Like at the peak?
Like, should we Google it?
I think it was like around the $152.
Okay, that's quite solid. So okay, 103.
Dude, like that was like when it went down. When it was up, I think it was like near the 700. Yeah, near the 700.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, looking back on mining, I mean, like that's obviously not what you're gonna do in the future, I believe. So, do you like? I mean, like, are you going to university now? You told me in Jordan before the prior topic. How about Theo and Michael were still on their way because they were late. So, like, what's your plan? Like, after uni, do you want to do something like? What do you want to do?
Okay. So basically, I have 2 plans. It's like I'm working on them at the same time. Like right now, first of all, as soon as my health gets better, I will start uni. I will start in University of Yarmouk in Jordan. I've already got accepted. I've done the oath. You know, I'm officially a doctor now. Like I can use the DR before my name. Yeah.
What have you done for that? Like, did you just get it?
I actually scored 101 out of 100 in my back home diploma.
But how do you score more than?
Yeah, because I took extra subjects. Yeah.
Smart, wise man.
So so I just got into Yarmouk University as an international student. As for my this is for medicine. Yeah, I'm doing medicine. Yeah. As for the second plan, I already have a couple of businesses that I'm working on.
Going back to when you were talking about coming here to AC, I wanted to ask you, because you talked about how like coming here helped you personally on a personal level, not like a business level, but like personal level. Did you ever feel disappointed by anything like regarding like people or the place itself?
Yeah, I do.
There's more.
Actually, there is two things that really annoyed me. 2 things that really annoyed me here, and the last thing happened like a couple of weeks ago. I was quite disappointed with the school. Like, it's actually one of the reasons that I'm actually start thinking about leaving. But overall, it's been amazing. It's been amazing. The staff were amazing.
Eileen, especially my
Eileen,
Mo, and I went to the health center earlier, and I health center like where we go when we're sick, and I signed off. Well, is I going to that? Well, I signed off anyways. No, no.
Do you want to hear a funny story about that? Yeah.
But anyways, I think Eileen, she's the health center woman. She's very kind. She's
Shout out.
always very.
Shout out, Eileen, dude.
Oh, I think you saw her for the last time today.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Eileen was quite sad. Like we spoke for 5 minutes only about you. You seem to be very important to her.
Yeah.
And I feel that's like AC describes it quite well because people care. People care about people around them. Especially Eileen, I think, is a wonderful woman, and she's very kind and always there for you. And it shows special, it's such I see a special place because people care about you. That's, I think, what it's about as well. Moha, do you agree?
I do agree. Eileen is like, she's amazing. We had like, she, like, I still remember every time she takes me to the hospital. Like, she's such an amazing person. She's such an amazing person. Eileen, Laura,
Shout out to the health center team right now.
shout out to the health center team, Chris. They're all amazing people.
Are there like people who've influenced you? Because I mean, like, are there like, I mean, like, you don't have to share names, but like can you think of like actions or things where you said, wow, this is something, like I saw this must be like, this is really cool. Like how they have you had people who influenced you?
Yeah, actually, especially like I still remember when like I was secondary, especially Jan. What
To my German boy here, football captain as well.
Such a German. He's such a like, he's literally like Germany's finest. Anyways,
Good to hear.
like I still remember like that guy working hard in the quiet room every night.
Yeah, he was working really hard for the bio.
Yeah, he was such a German. I mean, yeah, he was. That guy was like pure German. Yeah, he was like the definition of a German guy. He was.
Did he like?
He influenced me. Like that's that guy. By
I've never seen
just working hard on your goal. Like that guy wanted to get into Babson, he got into Babson. That guy wanted to get a scholarship in Babson, he got a scholarship in Babson. He wanted that score in IB, he got that score in IB. That guy will accomplish success. Because if he wants something, he's just like, oh, I want something, and like he just
does
watch reels on Instagram. No, that guy, if he wants something, he works hard for it.
Is that like as well, like mindset? I mean, like that.
It's like a mindset. It's like dedication. It is. I respect that guy so much. He influenced me a lot.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
No. I want to go on a bit of a different tangent and want to ask you like how it is like coming here compared back to home in Iraq. Like how is it just adjusting, like living without your parents and living in a completely different environment with different people and just a different culture overall?
To be honest with you, first of all, living without my parents was not that big of an issue because I'm quite an independent person.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm an independent person. So it was just like okay for me to be dependent. I was even like quite comfortable to discover more about myself, like being alone. And just about leaving everything behind was quite hard. Leaving everything behind was quite hard because, as I just told you, like I'm not really that social person. Because if I socialize with a certain like person or like group of people, I would only socialize with them. Like I just sometimes like I feel like I don't put that much of an effort into like getting to know more people, even if I'm excited to know them. But like especially this term, AC had changed me a lot. Like right now I'm more social. I talk to people that I don't know.
Podcast.
Exactly. I'm here in the podcast.
That's probably being social. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, yeah. So compared to home, it is different. It is different actually, but it's different in a good way.
Yeah.
Can you go deeper into like I know a little bit already, but I want to know about more. Like I want to know more about your lifestyle in Iraq. Like I know a few things. I know you love 21 Pilots.
Oh,
he's the biggest 21 Pilots fan.
Okay.
Which one?
21 Pilots. No, but I want to know like what did you do? Like the actual like.
My life in Iraq. To be honest with you, I grew up in a very cultured family, like
Like your dad.
in a really cultured and like political family, and like my family really cared about like science, about literature. We had like a massive library in our house. About politics, like my uncle was one of the founders of the Iraqi Communist Party, and this actually unfortunately brought some sort of danger with the after 2003 to my own family. So when I grew up, I spent my childhood isolated from the society. I was homeschooled. I spent my whole time playing video games. Like, bro, you know that actually, like, that's actually so funny. That's actually so funny. When I was 10 years old, I read Capital by Karl Marx. That's
10 years old. 10 years
I was 10 years old. You won't even believe it.
That's
It's
amazing.
unbelievable.
What did you think about the book?
We don't answer that question. We went about afterlife.
Heavy. That's a good way to put it.
I don't remember anything. I was 10 years old.
This isolation you're talking about, was it due to your grandfather's position?
No, it is not about the
Okay.
position. It was because we were in danger. Because at that time, like right now, thankfully Iraq's like very stable, it's very safe. But at that time, it was quite dangerous because when people think that you're communist, that means you're an atheist, you're anti-religion, you worked with the government or whatever, and like many people thought that like we literally like we're a family of like just like blasphemy, you know.
Yeah.
And like we unfortunately like they assassinated both of my cousins. They tried to assassinate my father. They tried to assassinate my uncle, and it was quite hard. It was a very hard time. So this is why I was quite isolated from the society, like from kids of mine.
Was that because like you were scared, or was it because?
I mean, if you live in such situation, I'm sure, and you have kids, I'm sure you won't. They should always be around you.
Very true. Very true.
What's your favorite form of leisure in this life?
Leisure.
Or leisure.
Yeah.
Being in my room, playing Minecraft with my friends.
Amazing.
Good one.
Like
Good
friends
one.
in real life or virtually? That's a good way.
No.
That's a good way.
I know them in real life, but we just like in our Discord server,
Yeah.
playing Minecraft. It's a good old day, the good old days. I'm listening to those like 2017 hits.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's a good one. Now I have a question. This is more about UWC, but not really directly. Is that I know that you have a problem with the IB itself, no, as the way it's structured, and like you have like a rebel against that. Not rebel, like by her, like you just don't like the
They're
IB
enemies,
very
bro.
particularly. And what are your opinions on the program overall?
The IB program overall, it's very, very interesting. The IB program itself is very well structured. Like I think it is. I just can't go head to head with the people who formed the IB because, of course, they know better. Bro, like I'm not like negotiating the IB.
Yeah,
I
fair.
was, like,
Yeah, of
PhD
course.
from Harvard, but I just find it quite stressing for me.
Okay.
It's quite stressing, and I believe that it reached to the point where I have to go.
Yeah. And was it not distressing at home, or like why was it different?
It was back home. It's back home.
Oh, okay. So it's just the
Like,
it's
when
like the
I'm stressed,
combination
yeah,
of the IB with the environment and like everything like this coming
You're
together.
home, like, and you're stressed.
The different
Like,
feeling, Mom makes good food. None of that canteen food. Shout out to Raldo. I love your food.
Lucky, I still remember, like, my mom is such an amazing person. Like every time I have like a very, very massive exam, and like I just managed to convince her that I'm gonna stay up the whole night studying. She always stay up the whole night with me.
Oh.
Yeah, that's very cute. She's just
Shout out Moha's mom. Shout out all the moms out here. we would not be here with our moms, you know. Think about it. But what do you find joy in? What do you find joy, like in what do you like to study? Like what subject gives you joy? Like subject, not in this school, but like in general. Because I know you're interested in medicine quite a lot.
What do you want to do with medicine, like in the future?
I actually go deeper in terms of pathology. Yeah,
Can you explain what pathology is for someone?
pathology is the
Explain for Carl.
Explain for me as well. Explain for me as well.
It's like pathology from the world pathogenic.
Oh, like the study, like it's study of viruses and like how they spread. Oh, that's virology. Yeah, fair enough.
So like I find that really interesting because like I had like a couple of like very 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 rare diseases. So.
Yeah.
So we want to help people.
To be honest, it's not about helping people. To be like brutal, honest with you, it's not about helping people.
Yeah. So it's just about your interest. Okay.
Okay, let's.
Because of how I want to help people.
Yeah.
If you enjoy something and you're good at it, it can also.
Because you can help people in a different way than medicine.
Yeah.
There is like shit ton of doctors out there, but I do enjoy it. And if I enjoy it, I would be able to help people like that. But the main intention isn't to help people. It's because I like it.
Yeah.
No, that's.
And the question I was gonna ask is that if you want to combine your knowledge of like pathology that you're gonna obtain in the future with the way you like business and exactly.
Like studies.
Yeah.
This is actually an interesting question. Regarding that, I have a lot of friends who study different majors, to be honest. Like I'm quite fortunate to have some good connections. So I believe this will help me to establish some sort of network that will enable me to make this mixture in order to achieve the certain goal that I will set. The main thing, I think it will mainly revolve about the artificial human parts.
Okay.
It will, because I'm also really into technology. I used to be a video game developer using Unreal Engine and Unity, C++ and Blueprint. And also like programmer, I won the Iraqi prize competition, like the first place.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. In C++, what else did you write?
Oh no, at that time I used C#. Yeah, C#. C# is basically like, it's like C++, beautiful twin sister.
So it's well, okay, guys. I know you're all into computers and stuff, but I think there might be some people don't understand what C++ and
it's like a program
language, right?
But so you were very much into computer science, basically.
I was, yeah.
What projects? Is there any specific thing that you worked on?
First of all, I worked on developing a game. Have you ever played like this video game, like when you balance the?
Yes,
like this.
I played. Yeah, and you go around.
Yeah,
I've played that before. It's on my laptop and bio. It's one.
Developed a really advanced graphic one in 2019.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I think I still have it on GitHub. And also I worked on a program that that compiles and uses like some sort of algorithm to encrypt like messages and etc. By depending on the dates. It was like at the time I was like 15 or 14, but it was advanced for my age. I wasn't a Russian hacker, but I was okay.
But I feel like from what you've said, like you've always growing up like done like very different things, which is I think is really cool.
Yeah, like to be honest, like shout out to my parents. Like if I'm interested in something, like they would
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, they love it so much.
And how did that change come? I mean, you told us you were very into computer science when you were younger, and now you're studying something completely different. How did that change occur?
Yeah, because as I told you, in 2019 I won the first place prize in Iraq.
Yeah, I know.
Second year, 2020. Oh, those fucking bastards. So basically, in Iraq there is like 2 top schools in the country. One's called the High Achievers, and the other one is the Intelligence. So these were like some sort of like on a competition.
Okay.
Yeah.
So always when there's like a scientific shit, like you will have these schools like fighting against each other. So basically, because the judge were from that school, like the intelligence school, I don't know even how to translate it. I think there's
Yeah, no, but it makes sense.
anyways, we geniuses. Anyways, so they just gave that school the first place and gave me the second place. I was so fucking mad. I went on the stage, I broke the shield, and I literally told them, fuck you. And I went down.
In public. How many people were there?
I walked, and
How many
the mayor,
estimated?
the mayor was there. The mayor of my city was there.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Was that recorded? Can we look that up?
Yeah, can we look at that scene again?
It's not recorded.
Oh.
Actually, it's really recorded. I don't know. Actually, I might look for it.
So you broke the prize.
I broke the shield. It was like a glass. Like,
Wait, did he win the number 1 prize or number 2 prize?
No, he lost the first prize to the other school.
like I won the first prize. I won the first place in the first year in 2019. 2020.
Yeah, but in 2020 you lost.
Did you break the prize of the winners or did you break?
Oh, the winner.
A shield, like
Oh,
my name, and like you got the second place and like the certificate. I just broke the shield. Like it was a glass shield, like
Yeah. I can imagine. Ending question. This is kind of deep and philosophical, but what do you like? What would you define as like success in life, and like what do you like want to achieve, and when will you be happy in your own opinion?
I am a really, 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 really simple person. You know what's like success for me? Success for me is just living in my own simple place, smoking my own cigarettes, and have some food in my fridge.
Fair enough.
That's the way to go.
And I want to hear your message to the youth,
To the world.
to the world, and the youth.
Quote of the day.
No, I want to.
Of the day.
What's your advice for the youth out there?
Find your grandpa or someone of age. Pay some respect to the path that they've paved.
Respect.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. If you're listening to this, it means that we thought it was
Good enough to listen
to be
the whole
posted.
thing.
Obviously, yeah. This is After Codes, guys.
Thank you to Moha for coming today. It was very special. Our first guest. We hope we're going to have you on at least one more time. You never know what happens. Always feel it twice in life. Thank you for joining us today, guys. And
Wait for more episodes to come.
wait.
Thank you.